Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today is Amonkhet Day, and do I have a marvelous deck for you. Marvelous. It's gonna be, it's kitty tribal. So, with Amonkhet, we got a few new tools. One of them, a controversial exclusion and then suddenly an inclusion. Regal Caracal, 5 mana 3/3. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. Whenever it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 cats with lifelink. So whenever any card comes in that says other creature type gets +1/+1, you know we've got to do some sort of tribal deck with it, as long as it's not trash. Minotaur's looking at you. But yes. So, we got Regal Caracal, very much into the idea of this, and there's a few more cards, of course, to add to the list. Right at the bottom, we've got ourselves Sacred Cat as well, a 1 mana 1/1 with lifelink. You can also, when it dies, embalm it, which essentially means exile the card and create a token copy of it, except for it's white, has no mana cost, and is a zombie, which is irrelevant. You can only do that when it's a casted sorcery. So, you know, this is a almost board wipe protected cat. The big reason why you play cats, though, is for the sheer amount of Lord effects we have now. We've got 3 Kahira in the main and 1 in the companion zone, since the companion restriction on this one is that each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast. Not a problem. We have plenty of cats to choose from. Pride Sovereign from the remastered set as well, a 3 mana 2/2, gets +1/+1 for each other cat you control, so it's a reverse Lord effect, as it were. Gonna make a big boy with this one, and you can even pay the white to tap it and exert Pride Sovereign to make 2 cats with lifelink. Now, the cats with lifelink are very good, because we also have a Johnny's Pride Mate in here. 2 mana 2/2, whenever you gain life, you put a counter on the Pride Mate. We do have 8 1-drops, for the deck, Leon and Vanguard being another one, which actually when you have 3 creatures in play, which on turn 3, sorry, we can potentially have with a turn 1 Vanguard or Sacred Cat, turn 2 anything else, turn 3 Pride Mate, anything that's in the 1-drop slot. So it's very easy for us to enable the Vanguard, and if it's easier for us to enable the Vanguard, that means we can gain life, and we can ride out of the gate having a Johnny's Pride Mate as a 2 mana 3/3, which is awesome. That's serious value. That's an upscaled creature, like Bronze-Eyed Lion, a 2 mana 3/3. Can be indestructible as well, and when it dies, it becomes an aura that attaches to your other kittens, and makes them also indestructible for 2 mana. It's pretty good. But the piece de la resistance, the thing that makes this deck exceptionally powerful, Collected Company. 4 mana for an instant. Look at the top 6 cards of your library, put 2 creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Did I mention this is instant speed? So what you can do is you can swing in with your kitties, and then they block, and you essentially go for a Collected Company, and we have 7 lords in our deck to hit from the top 6 of our library, so we can actually use that as kind of an anthem as well to give +1/+1 during combat. And if our opponent hasn't blocked, things like Feline Sovereign, which have an extra bit of line of text other than the +1/+1, they also allow us to destroy artifacts and enchantments, so we don't have to actually include any artifact and enchantment destruction into our deck outside of the things we were going to include anyway. So we only really need to deal with creatures and planeswalkers as well, which we've got creatures covered with 4 copies of Glass Casket. No idea if it's entirely necessary. We might just want to be a little bit more aggressive and add some more 1-drops or something like that, like Charmed Stray would be an inclusion. Let me just go to Charmed Stray. This one right here, 1/1 lifelink, same as the rest effectively, and it gets +1/+1 counter on it for each other cat named Charmed Stray, so it benefits just from finding extra copies of itself, which is kind of cool. So you could do that, but I feel like in an unsolved new meta, I kind of want to have a little bit of interaction with our opponent, so chosen to do that with a Glass Casket here. And yeah, that's essentially the list. The mana base has got some interesting stuff in it. We've got a meme called Animal Sanctuary. It's a colorless land, but we can pay 2 to put a counter on a cat. I think it's probably very useless, and you probably shouldn't include it in there, but you know me. I like to include a meme into every single one of my decks. I also, to a certain extent, think that Caracal is unnecessary, mostly because we can have more Charm Strays and lower cost things, and it's something that you can't hit off a Collected Company. I think actually that is a big factor, but again, Caracal is the reason why I'm building this deck, so if I excluded it, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. Other than that, though, the mana base is pretty simple. We have one Scattered Groves in here just as a cycle land. Again, I'm just including it because it's green-white. I want to test it out a little bit, but I don't think you really want to include any more than one in a list like this, if any at all. But I'm going to try it out. And then Sheffet Dunes, very good card. Adds colorless, or you can pay 1 life to add white, and you can pay 4 to sacrifice it, and creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of the turn. And you can only do this as a sorcery. So pre-combat, we can tap out with the Sheffet Dunes, lord up all of our creatures for the turn, and we've got ourselves that epic swing that we're looking for, which is pretty cool. The only cost is that we have to pay 1 every time we want white from it, which is not too bad, actually, because all of our creatures seem to be lifelinkers, and, you know, we end up basically winning on our starting life total if everything goes well. But yeah, that is the deck. If you do enjoy the deck, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alright, we're in. This hand looks pretty good, so we're going to keep it. Up against, is that mtga Jeff? With Kahira. I think we've got a little bit of a cat on cat action here. Who's got the best cat deck? Let's find out. Interesting. No cat sleeves, though. No cat sleeves. We're going to have to see if they've got cat plains and forests as well. There's a lot to do here that could go potentially wrong. Alright, we're just going to go with plains and Leon and Vanguard. Say hello. Yep. Nice. Oh boy. Okay, Leon and Vanguard number 2. Temple Garden, we'll trade. We're off with a trade if it's on offer. Seems like it isn't. Alright, Sunpale Grove, Bronzehide Lion. So we just want our 4th land, really. Let's go Johnny's Pridemate, because the Vanguards are going to trigger and make that a 4/4. Which is pretty good. And it's only going to get bigger, presumably. Yeah, I think land CoCo into... what, like double... oh, hello. Into, like, double Lord effect is pretty much all we want. Okay, let's see what we can do. CoCo. So we got Kahira. And, yeah, I guess we'll take Bronzehide Lion. So now we got Vigilance. We got Big Pridemate. I think we're all attacking. If our board's bigger than theirs at the end of the turn, then all is well in the world. So they're at 7. Okay. I don't think they can ever make their Pridemate bigger than ours, so it's going to be a case of can they make things like Pride Sovereign big enough. Oh. Just, oh. Play Pride Sovereign. Get 3 life gain triggers on the Pridemate. And essentially force a block every turn. So this needs to be blocked. We can go in with the Bronzehide Lion, I suppose. It gets blocked on the Pride Sovereign, but if they block with any other cat, it becomes a 4/4, so that's fine. Yeah, I might just all attack. I might just force everything but Kahira. Force them to start blocking some stuff. Okay, so we're basically losing a Vanguards, and our Bronzehide Lion's getting attached to something. Probably our Johnny's Pridemate. I don't know, though. Maybe I'll put it on something smaller. This is literally the first game I've played with this deck, and already we're in a mirror. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, so Pride Sovereign goes down a little bit of power, so does the Bronze-Eyed Lion. We're going to stick this on... I guess we'll stick it on our Pride Sovereign. It'll only get bigger, to be fair, but... so will our board. Another Ajani's Pride Mate. And puts Kihira in the hand. Okay. So we actually want either a 1-drop or just a... nice. Okay, that's Animal Sanctuary. So, forced to block. Mostly forced to block. Let's see. You can send that in as well, I suppose. To be honest, all in. To be honest, all in. Good game. Yeah, I don't think they were coming back from that. I think the CoCo was just too much value in the end. And yeah, I think also being on the play was also a big factor, and obviously the Leon and Vanguards with the Pride Mate triggers being way more than they could handle was definitely a big limiting factor for them standing a chance to win. But yeah, I think to a certain extent we drew better. I don't know if they've got CoCo in their deck, but you know, if they didn't draw it and they had it, then it was definitely advantage us for being lucky on that one. But yeah, good start for the deck at least. Alright, we're in, and we're up against Lampiao. Almost sounds like meow, don't you think? Speaking of cats, this is a bad hand for cats, so we're gonna throw that one in the trash. And I guess we'll keep this one. Not blown away by it, to be honest, but we'll go down Ajani's Pride Mate. We don't know how good the glass casket's gonna be. In general, to be honest. I haven't figured out whether or not I should include it. And Witch's Oven for our opponent. Alright, so I'm just going to lead off with the 3-3 to start. Since if that one can get in some combat damage, I'd be pretty happy with that. And Priest of the Forgotten Gods forcing us to sacrifice isn't the worst thing in the world. Could go Glass Casket to get rid of the Priest. It's a pretty strong card for them, and we will want to get rid of it eventually. 3 CoCos. Now that is living your best life. Alright, so sack in response. Goes without saying. Pretty good for us. Pretty bad for them, but we'll see. Little cat combo isn't banned in Historic, should be noted. Alright, so we're getting close towards CoCo, which is cool. That can allow us to really rebuild this game. And we're going to swing first, because we can threaten indestructibility there, and then we'll drop down to Ajani's Pride Mate. I think having something that Bronze-Eyed Lion can attach to is probably a good idea in case it dies. Rather than putting Kihira in our hand. We might just take a Kihira off the top as well with all these CoCos. Ah, Croxer. Boo hiss. And sacks to Scry first. Good call. So we only get to CoCo twice. Poor me. Now they're thinking, why would someone dump CoCo in their hand? What card is possibly better than CoCo? Well, the answer is 2 CoCos. 2 more CoCos. Alright, this is an interesting block. Probably take it, to be honest. Then again, Pride Mate can be so much bigger. If we find, like, a Leland Vanguard, then we're in a pretty good spot. We do need to get our land, which apparently is a 39% chance of occurring. I guess they could sack their Dreadhorde Butcher now if they really wanted to get rid of the Pride Mate, which is fine. Yeah, it's alright. I would have probably grown it if I were them. But they seem to disagree. Alright, well, Pride Sovereign is a 3-3. 3-3s galore. They got 3 cards in the yard for Croxer, and they're at 11 now, so... in an awkward spot, I would say. Ugh. Claim the firstborn. How dare you. I will take it. Still just need my land. 40% chance. And then they'll sack it. Actually don't know how this works. Does it come back under my control? Nope. Goes under theirs. cool. Sometimes it, you know, benefits me. Occasionally good things happen to me. Call of the Death Dweller to get Priest of the Forgotten Gods. And we got our land. Alright. Well, we can, I guess, swing in with the Pride Sovereign and then CoCo in response. So look at the top 6 and pick 2. Double Feline Sovereign. Oh, that's going to be real good. We can get rid of the Witch's Oven now. So, Witch's Oven down, and I think it's Bronze-Hide Lion. Booyah. You love to see it. Alright, so if they make me sack with Priest of the Forgotten Gods, which is almost assured. Oh, they've got maybe Croxer here. Would they go for it to get rid of my CoCo? I guess they might. They'd have to get rid of... Yeah, we're going to get rid of Feline Sovereign. They'd have to get rid of, I think, the cat in the yard, right? Unless this card right here is another, like, Claim the Firstborn effect. Cauldron Familiar hits the battlefield. It's 5 other, so they need one more card in the yard, and it looks like they don't have it. They could go for another draw here with the Castle Lochthwain, taking 1 down to 6. Please don't take my CoCo. I actually might lose if they play Croxer here. I really don't want them to. It would suck. It would really suck. I think they're gonna do it. I'm gonna hover my glass casket. Show them why it might be a mistake to do it. Just give it a tap. No! Alright, fine. Goodbye, CoCo. It's not the end of the world, I suppose. We can make Pride Sovereign relatively huge to block Croxer, I guess. Down to 4. Sacred Cat is, I think, the best thing we could have drawn there. So now we can exert Pride Sovereign to make 2 cat tokens, so it actually blocks as a 7. We do lose 3 life off of Croxer, just attacking, but then we should gain a little bit of life. Ugh. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we have to do. We're going to go to 1. So we don't want to see, like, Mayhem Devil effects, and Claim the Firstborn would be pretty grim, and I don't like them hovering my creatures. Oh, come on! Alright, fine. Exert it. Why? Why do you do this to me? What is wrong with you, magic gods? Okay. Okay. Gonna triple block the Croxer. Yeah, they should do lots and lots of swinging. We go to 1. Oh, they do Priest Trigger. Yeah, Priest Trigger now. Yeah, I forgot about that a little bit. Ah, so sad. We even have to sack before we die. Gonna resolve it all before we die. That sucks. Ah, there was just so many cards that were really clutch for them. That Claim the Firstborn. Unbelievable. We got so close as well. If we'd have CoCo'd again, we might have actually just won that game. Ah, God dang it. If they hadn't played the Croxer as well, that game was in the bag for us. We got close, but it's not close enough. Like, a triple block there to kill Croxer leaves them without that. They can play a Woes... No, they can't even play Woe Strider. Yeah, they're kind of just stranded there, and then we can rebuild with our Sacred Cats and our Kahiras, but wasn't meant to be anyway, so next game. Okay, let's have a look-see. We have all the Bronze-Hide Lions in the world. 3 lands to get towards CoCo as well, though. I'm going to keep this one. I think on the play it's fine. And we'll lead off with the plains into Sun Petal Grove here. Shepherd Dunes is nice to sack and Lord effect, but early game when you're paying 1 life, it's a bit unnecessary. Alright, so Bronze-Hide Lion, go. 4th land, awesome. So basically all we want to do now is draw CoCos every single turn until we run out of them. Every single time we draw a CoCo, it's the best card we could have drawn. Maybe on 5 mana, a Regal Caracal. That'll do. Or a Crackle, as I used to call it. And may still continue to do so. Ooh, Feline Sovereign. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go with a Feline Sovereign. So our opponent might be on Esper Control, maybe. And CoCo will be very good for that. It means that we can end step it, and you don't have to worry about 3 Fairy. So in a post-board wipe world, that's pretty good. So like next turn, we could actually just do Shepherd Dunes, swing for 6. Probably a little bit less than that, if we're being realistic. Banishing Light, wow. Okay. Well, we got the Caracal. So they're just hoping I don't have another Feline Sovereign, aren't they? Because it would be a massive blowout if I did. I could go for it. I've got a Caracal to rebuild pretty quickly. What's the chances of hitting a Feline Sovereign, though? Should I take that? I think I've got to take those chances. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! Oh, beautiful. Alright, don't have a wipe now. No Kaya's Wrath, no Wrath of God. And you're dead. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Shatter the Sky. I'll draw a card, it's fine. It was still a very good draw, though, and I'm not upset about the outcome of that. Alright, Caracal. Beautiful. So now we can do Kahira, Bronze-Hide Lion, maybe? Something like that. You leave my kitties alone. Just draw me more CoCos. Give me all the CoCos. Okay, opponent goes for a Narset to dig for some removal. They got Mystical Dispute, which won't be relevant here. I've got no way to Lord effect right now, so let's just go to combat. And I kind of got to send it our opponent. Even though I think they've got removal here, I have to threaten lethal. I think it would be a mistake not to do it. Even though, you know, obviously, Narset gets to live on a little longer. I think I just play Bronze-Hide Lion and then a non-committal Kahira into my hand. I'm a little less prone to getting board wiped now. Which can only happen at sorcery speed. Yeah, Wrath of God just got printed, so I'm kind of surprised that Shatter the Sky is still their option. I guess maybe they haven't purchased all the cards. Thought Erasure, okay. Can take my Kahira for 2 mana, leaves them with 3, basically opening up only removal. And then they die to another Lord effect, I guess. Which, it'd have to be off the top. Then again, with Mystical Dispute open, it's unless you pay 3, so I can only play 2 drops from my top decks. Gotta take the Kahira. Gotta take it. It's like removal for Kahira is just not good enough. If I draw a land, I can play around Dispute. Yep. Alright, finally made the mind up. So, I'm a little sad that this isn't a Sacred Cat, since, you know, benefits a little bit from Banishing Light again. Damn. Haha, Feline Sovereign, you're at 1. And I get my Bronze-Hide Lion back. So, do I play a little bit further into this? We know they don't have a board wipe, so I guess I should probably just play more into this. I'm glad it asks you. So, send it our opponent. We don't draw cards. Get back Bronze-Hide Lion. And hope for the best. No board wipe. We got 4/4s for the Shatter the Sky. So we get to draw a card and keep going. Opponent's got Settled Wreckage. Gonna make him use it. So it's lethal by killing Feline Sovereign. It's lethal on each one of them. Yep. And we didn't get blown out. So we grab a green and a white, I guess. And I've still got lethal here, and I even get to hold up an indestructibility on the Bronzehide line. Something I don't think we've had the opportunity to do up until this point. So Shatter the Sky isn't good enough. Through 5 Fairy is not good enough. They've got to draw, play a land, and have Settle. Otherwise, they are donezo. And yeah, I think we got him. Oh! Ooh, woo, control, get out of here. I suppose it was actually Esper, wasn't it? Did they play any black cards? Thought Erasure. And 1 cast down. Mostly ooh, control, with a black splash. We got him, chat. We got him. I don't know if that's actually a good matchup for us most of the time. I think that the CoCos in our deck definitely propel us forward so that we can respond on their turn, but then again, counters are back in the game now, boys and girls, so you gotta respect the counter magic and also the occasional Settle the Wreckage. We could have been massively blown out if we hadn't have played around that, but yeah, there's just something about playing against control where they just pass and you're like, they have Settle, they must. Usually it's the GG that they spam at you before it happens, but not this time, not this time. Let's go for another game. Alrighty then, we're in. We've got turn 1 Sacred Cat into Ajani's Pridemate. Seems good to me. Turn 3, we can choose either Sacred Cat plus 2-drop, or we can just go for a Pride Sovereign. I like it. Alright, Mao says Sacred Cat. Mao says me. I think it's most likely the play is going to be, if we go draw a land next turn, Sacred Cat Pridemate. Thank you, opponent. Thank you. Thanks. Black, white. The colors of control. It's black, white, Soul Sisters, I guess. Alright, well, I think we're just going in with another Pridemate here. We gotta beat our opponent's Pridemates, essentially. And we'll send it in. Sacred Cat can be embalmed, so the trade-off here is great for us. Not only do we get the combat trigger to gain the life, but we also get rid of a Soul Warden if they block, so really happy either way. We've got the Glass Casket for their Pridemate if they have it. Honestly, might use it now. Then again, Feline Sovereign essentially forces blocks with all of it, so this is just actually solid. So we get in again. Timoret can only trade with the Sacred Cat. And the hits just keep on coming. Oh, by the way, Timoret's dead. Forgot about that. Oh no, Feline Sovereign, you're so good. Oh, there they go, reading the card. Oh, I think I like this cat deck. I think I can't get enough of it. What do they do? What do they do? They go to combat and then they scoop. Beautiful. Beautiful. That used to be like an old Magic Duels way of stalling out the game, right? I'm trying to think how they used to do it. There was essentially, for those who don't know, some of you new to the channel, I actually used to be a Magic Duels content creator, which was a spin-off Magic client, which was, I had a lot of fun with it. But there used to be a bug, and I think it was this way, it's been a long time, where essentially you went to combat and scooped immediately, and it would basically stall the game out and bug it out so that you couldn't finish your game or anything like that. It was very, very tilting, but yeah, it's just reminded me of that. I don't think our opponent's a duels player, but you know what? Might be. Bit of a nostalgia trip either way. Let's go to the next game. Okay, we're in, and this is so close to a keepable hand. If you chucked a Feline Sovereign and put a Plains in, I would snap this hand up. But because we're on the plane, we cannot play a turn 1. I think we've got to throw it back. This one looks everything like I hoped it would be. I just don't know what the cut is here. Do you go for the land even though we've got 3 drops? Perhaps it is the forest. We're going turn 1 Sacred Cat, turn 2 Bronze-Hide Lion. I think we need to make that line of play. And then it's just, what do we do after that? I guess it could be just Kahira. But Bright Sovereign, though. It's so good. Ugh. If we had old companion rules, I would probably dump Kahira here, because we already have one. I think it's got to be Pride Sovereign. We might draw another one. I don't know. I think there's some extreme value in playing properly up the curve, though, and I think Lord Effect is always coming on turn 3. And I keep doing this. I'm trying not to. Essentially, it is never a good idea to play your creatures pre-combat if they do not impact your board. Like right now, Kahira does impact my board. Although it is in Lofty Denial territory if our opponent is playing Uwu Flyers. So I might not go for that. I think I might just swing and play a Sacred Cat, maybe. Opponent's got Blink of an Eye. Yeah, okay. So get him for 1, and that makes my job easy. We'll just go for a Bronze-Hide Lion and Sacred Cat. So playing Kahira there would have not done as many favors, to be honest. It would have just gotten immediately bounced back. And there we go. We can now play around Lofty Denial with a pre-combat Kahira. Here we go. Can we resolve it, though? This is Uwu, after all. Yeah. Uwu control, by the looks of things. It's not the worst board state against someone who's probably going to Wrath of God me. Well, probably next turn now. I'll need to make sure to leave open my Bronze-Hide Lion's indestructibility. And we do want to play this now because of the Sacred Cat's lifelink. But we'll leave the 2 mana open because we can't do anything else with it, of course. But we can use that to give Bronze-Hide Lion indestructible. I almost think if they blink Bronze-Hide Lion, I actually don't replay it. Because it just looks like such board wipe bait. Pass the turn. End step. Bounce my Pride Mate. Thassa's Intervention, going digging. Okay. Look at the top 1 card. And then they may put it into their hand, I think. They get to choose, which is pretty good. Alright. Opponent's got Settle the Wreckage. I've been around the block. I know what you're doing. How much do I care about your Settle the Wreckage? I care a little. I do care a little. How much am I willing to run into it? What value do I give it? I should have maybe played Regal Caracal pre-combat, because then it makes my attack a little bit better. It just runs me into a time wipe, though, which is kind of why I'm hesitating. I think I'm just going to ping them a little. Just a blink of an eye. Okay. I think we pay for Kahira, we play Pride Mate, and we squeeze real tight for the lack of... No! I was really, really hoping that wouldn't happen. Let's go Regal Caracal. Or do we go... No, we go Kahira because they know about it, and then the double Sacred Cat. We get to see the new Embalm. Look at that. Beautiful. So did they have Settled? Now I'll never know. They went for Blink of an Eye and then they had Wrath of God? I will never know, will I? Alright, well, let's go for Caracal. +1/+1 and lifelink to all my creatures. Make some more cats. And I think we swing. I think we swing with all and we see if they have Settled the Wreckage. I think they've got it, yep. That's fine though, because we get to keep 3 creatures on boards. And we've got a spare Kahira anyway. So green, white, white, I think. So we can threaten lethal with the current attacking boards. What a wild blue-white control. 5 fairy. Now, if they minus the Caracol, we can just kill Teferi here. We can do it quite nicely as well. Let's do... Do we go all in? Because I can. I can go all in, and if I want to go all in, I need to do it now, because I get that life gain trigger. I don't know if it necessarily matters. I think I need to do at least Pride Sovereign. Where's my CoCos? That's what I want to know. Alright, 1 to kill Teferi, because we can't allow him to draw into more board wipes, and then 1 at our opponent.
How long do you want to wait for?
We can actually play around Settle the Wreckage with just a Pride Sovereign, but by just attacking with Pride Sovereign, we open ourselves up to, like, blink of an eyes. I have seen 2 from our opponent, though, so to assume they've got more is... unlikely. Narset, we can't draw cards. We don't care. Now they've got max 3 mana, so we know they don't have a board wipe. Oh, blue-white control taken down. Osh. Again, just too much PTSD are surrounded by Settle the Wreckage that you just play around it. Maybe we're finding out that Settle's not a good idea. Then again, in a new set or a new format, playing control, also not a good idea. So the fact that I've seen 2 heavy control decks is very strange to me. I don't know. What's in here that, other than Wrath of God, that could really make you want to play this again? Maybe they've got Approach of the Second Sun in the deck. I don't know. Again, like, do you need it? You've got 5 fairy. Do you need Approach? Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I think we've got time for another game. Alright, we're in. We have turn 2 and turn 3 and the Armenket board. We're going to keep this one. Look at that board. Oh, wow. That's the thing. Oh, and the soundtrack in the background. Nice. Alright, calm down with the lands. We've got turn 2 Bronze Hideline, 2 mana 3/3. You love to see it. Bonnet Knots. Could there be Mono Blue Tempo? It did crop up around the Dominaria time. With the introduction of Tempest Djinn. Alright, it's blue-red. So I think we just throw out one of our Kahiras here, since it's counterable and we've got too many of them already. They might have Lofty Denial if it's like a, I don't know, Prowess Flyers list. Honestly, I have no idea what they could have. Lightning Strike? Shock. Fair enough. Well, get in for 3. Is it Wizards? Just absorb that thematic prowess with this soundtrack, by the way, chat. Just take it all in. Alright, it's Drakes. Well, Kahira puts us over the top of the Enigma Drake, so we can keep on pushing. Vigilant Bronze Hideline. Go, go, go. If we can keep that up, that'd be great. So we got the Feline Sovereign next turn into potentially Ajani's Primate. So, I don't know. Maybe they've got, is it Riddle Form? I think it's called. The 2 mana enchantment. Maybe they got Drakehaven. Either way, Feline Sovereign, killing enchantments, is good. Alright, they just got a 1/1. And they're passing, which is going to be unfortunate for them. So this is their opportunity to kill Kahira, essentially. And they do not have the shock. Okay, so let's swing on through. I'll trade Enigma Drake. We got this one here anyway. We don't really care too much. Take our opponent to 8 and get rid of their threats on board. And fake trigger. He's fake. Alright, shock in for the Primate. Keep that pressure up. It's important that we maintain pressure at all times, never giving any quarter to our opponent. Give them no quarter. If we draw a land, we actually just get to play Kahira from the Companion Zone. 6 mana Lord effect. We do have a 5 mana that we're trying to justify in here, so, you know, it's not even loading. Look at that. Even untap.gg does not approve of Regal Caracal in this deck. I'm inclined to agree. I actually don't think it necessarily needs to be in here. It's just here to complete the cat tribal aesthetic, I think. So a land drop is good. Collected Company is god tier. Caracal honestly would be fine now. Just a Lord effect I think is good. Just so we can push through the Crackling Drake. It's going to be a Leon and Vanguard. Alright, so with the Vanguard we can make a 4/4 Pride Mate. Make several in fact. And yeah. 3 4/4s to swing through, forcing some blocks. Oh, sorry, 2 4/4s to swing through. One of them can be indestructible as well. I don't think we swing in with the Pride Sovereign. They block. They have to block another one. It won't be the worst. But they've decided it's going to be enough for them. I'm not sure if you swing in with that. Now's the time to put up that much pressure, but I don't know if you throw away the Lord effect that easy. I'm not sure. Either way, this deck is sweet. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's a shame I couldn't CoCo a little bit more, but it will not be the last time you see Collected Company on this channel. Because I think it's probably better in an Elves shell. So I do want to try Elf Tribal as well down the line. But until then, Kitty Tribal is very good. I just wish they'd fix this 4. Because you probably can't tell it's a 4 without squinting. Why did they change the... Did they change the colour? I don't know. It didn't look this hard to peer at it. Maybe they should like figure out whether or not the art is too bright at the top right. And then change it to either white or black. That'd be a good idea. I don't know why they changed it in the first place, because I don't remember struggling to see any of the numbers. But now I do. So here we are. But yeah, if you have enjoyed the content, and you have enjoyed the deck, firstly, the deck list is down in the description below. Go check it out. While you're there, you can hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't yet done so. It helps out the channel a great deal, and I appreciate it. If you want to leave a comment how you built your kitty deck, then let me know down below. And other than that, though, I hope you've enjoyed your day, and yeah, keep on Magic the Gathering, I imagine. Take care, guys.